Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Satisfactory playthrough series. We are starting episode 13 now, and I want to give a quick recap of what we did in episode 12 before jumping into the gameplay. But I do want to start off by saying that if you are enjoying this series, make sure to drop a like on this video. Comment in the comment section what you want to see in future episodes, or just any opinions or comments you have about my videos. I'm always trying to improve, so I always appreciate feedback from you guys. And if you're new here and you don't want to miss any future content for this series, because it is going to be a long one, let me tell you, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so you're notified for all future videos that drop. Now having got that out of the way, let's get into recapping episode 12. When we started the last episode, we only had the first floor of our iron line, and we decided we wanted to completely rebuild it. So we had iron rods and iron plates being produced on the first floor, and now you can see we've got a second floor. And so far we have the rods routed up here with these two lifts, and each of those rod lines is being split three ways into two constructors and then an overflow storage box when we have a bottleneck here. It's the same thing on both sides, it's symmetric, and all four of these constructors are creating screws from those rods. The next thing we want to do is bring the plates up here so that we can add some assemblers to make the reinforced plates. So that's where we left off on the last episode, and let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Okay, so what's cool is this whole second floor is floating right now. There's a ramp right here. This is the only thing that it's connected to, but there's no supporting structure keeping it up. And I found out in the last episode that you could just make floating, make anything float really, as long as you build it up. Like for example, for the second floor, I just had to put a single wall that extended to this height, then build the platform off of it, and then destroy the wall. And so if I was to destroy this ground underneath all of these buildings, they would stay floating in their current position, which I think is an interesting feature of this game. So anyway, the second floor is completely floating, and I built a lookout tower over there because we don't have a ladder and I didn't want to build a giant ramp. So we have the lookout tower that allows us to hop up from that side, but what's cool about these lookout towers is that we can just jump right down to the second floor. So right now you can see all of these are capped at 500. That's why we don't have any more screws being produced, but we do have an overflow of rods being caught there, which is good because we do need rods as well. Eventually, of course, those screws are going to be fed into assemblers for the reinforced plates, but for now we're just going to leave them there. So here's where we left off with the plates. We just need to attach the lifts now. Let's start with this one. Whoops, I don't think I did that right. It's so hard to see the height from here. I can't tell if that's right or not, but we need a way to get up here, so I'm gonna build a ramp. It's weird how it's not like clamping onto it. I guess it needs to be right at the edge, and then I'm gonna have to feed it in. So let's just make sure that we have the right height there. I think that's good. And then, oh, it is being connected. Oh, I see, this thing came out to extend to it. So now that's going. I feel like we're gonna need another lookout tower. What is the stackable? Oh, I see. You can have multiple conveyor pole with fixed size that is stackable. So you can run multiple lines through it. That's cool. Yeah, let's build this lookout tower right here. I can get up on the second floor from all sides. Eventually, we could probably just build some jump pads. I think that'd be cool. So, okay, let's get some assemblers up here, shall we? I feel like it makes sense to build them this way, facing that direction. And of course, we'll probably need to split the lines for everything else, so, you know, just give ourselves some room. We can build a few of these up here. That's pretty good. And let's see, let's get a splitter now. Which can... This feels a little too cramped, doesn't it? Because this would have to turn really sharp. But then again, if we have the splitter, maybe it doesn't have to be that sharp. Would that work? No. It needs to be further back. I think these are just too close. I want to move them up a bit. That looks better. So let's take a splitter that will be fed in through there. And we'll add the second one there. I don't like that. Needs to stop a little bit earlier. There you go. And this, by the way, we want to produce reinforced iron plates. Now, screws. I know it can just run straight through, but it doesn't look good, you know? Maybe this is where we can use the stackable one. Aha. Oh, that looks so much better, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a beauty. Now, I'm curious. Don't think we're gonna need this many plates. Just because, and yeah, let's go ahead and hook this up to power while we're at it. Kind of want it in between them. How many does this take? It takes 12. I'm just trying to figure out if it needs a dedicated line right now. And this produces 40 screws per minute. 40 screws per minute. This is producing 5 reinforced plates per minute, and each one uses 12. Which means it's using 60 per minute. So it's going to use these screws faster than it's receiving them. So the screws will be a bottleneck. Especially once we start putting in some power shards in here. Yeah, the screws will be a bottleneck. This belt's taking them at a flow of 60 per, so you can see it's starting to eat into them. So eventually, the screws is going to be a bottleneck. What we could do is feed 2 screws into each. Merge the two constructors so that they're feeding in. Let's think about this. Yeah, we could merge 2 screws for each assembler. Is that overkill? It will be using them that fast. The iron plates, on the other hand, I think it's getting faster than it can use them. But then once that one's running, then this line will be halved. Okay, let's first merge these. We need a merger. We'll place it right in front of this guy. Then we'll take an MK2 line, since it is going to merge them, and feed that in. There you go. That's nice. Now it should have no shortage. We should have an accumulation of screws now. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. There's something about the symmetry that just bugs. What am I encroaching on? Huh? I don't understand. What exactly is being encroached? Oh, it's because I was trying to build with an MK1? No? What? Fuck am I encroaching on? That is bizarre. So if I feed it straight, it's not encroaching. That is so weird. I really don't get it. Alright, well, guess it's gonna look like shit. Unless we do it this way. What if we do it this way? Hacked. I hacked it. So weird, so bizarre. But anyway, I don't want to do the same thing here. It feels so much better when things look pretty, am I right? Beautiful. Okay. Now we've got another merger that we're gonna need. Now this one, yes, we can bring it further out like this. We'll feed in belts here. What just happened? I didn't realize I stacked two. Whoops. We're gonna need an MK2 belt. Yes. Now we have the potential to add 2 more constructors over here. Should we need more screws? But I think having two assemblers producing plates is pretty good for now. And what we do with those plates, I guess it's gonna depend. But they're probably gonna be feeding into more assemblers, right? And that's gonna be oh, see, here's where we need the rods. Yeah, I forgot. We need to make us some assemblers to get the rotors going, which we can tap. Oh, so the rotors also need screws. So we have a lot of plates being made. But let's check this again. So rotors do not require plates. That's just rods and screws. Modular frame requires plates. Smart plating requires plates. So we need a dedicated rod line, and that's probably where we're gonna remove this box and have a rod line come down here. And we're gonna have to tap into these screws as well. So I might end up adding 2 more constructors on this side. We can add at least 1 for the rods. Why is this not moving? Oh, it's just maxed. Geez, we're gonna need a lot of rods. Now luckily we do have room for expansion, of course. And as of now, these ingots are not being used to the full potential. So we could boost these as well, just to get more rods going, because these lines are not maximized. I don't know where my power shards are. I think they're all being used in the burners. Wow, yeah, this is maxed. Speaking of which, we really need to keep these full. Don't want to run out of power. Oh yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, we have a ton of power shards in these guys. Guess we need to go on another power slug hunting mission. I think we should do that instead of pulling these, because my fear is that we're not gonna have enough headroom. I mean, we can remove one. We can remove one. How much did we drop? From 170 to 163. So we lost like 7. Actually, yeah, let's take 2 of these. I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference as long as we don't connect anything more. But when we do connect more stuff, we're definitely going to need that extra power. But for now... Oh wait, we want to do that down here. For now, we're looking to make more rods. So 1 for you. 1 for you. That's not a power shard. 1 for you. And 1 for moi. Okay. That looks nice. Looks a little more full. I like it. Good starts, good start. Let's get back up there. So again, we want a dedicated rod line, which could just be one of these. And so, how many rods do we have in here? We're gonna take this down. And this line is gonna wrap around. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna expand this thing. Is there another ramp down there? Add more foundation here. May move the power line out to the edge again. Yep. All for the sake of symmetry. What did I just do? Whoops. Hello. Where was it connected to? Down there. Wait. Was it also connected to one of these? I think there was one in between, probably. take it all the way to the edge. Whoops. Clicked out of the game on accident. Oh, right in between. That's kind of cool. Little power grid along the edge there. And everything can tap in from that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna make this look a little cleaner. Let's first decide where we want the additional assemblers. I guess we can put them all side by side. I love that you can run in between them. Alright, and I hope there's enough room here to do some additional routing. Oh, there you go, we filled up the screws, so we can definitely pull from these screws, because now you can see we're making them faster than we need them, which is a good thing. Now rods. We want rods. We'll feed the rods down this way. And we are gonna have to split them. So we'll just split them into two for now. I don't want to have problems with this feeding into it, so... thought it was more symmetric than that. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we've got the rods. We're gonna need to tap into the power here. I guess we didn't need that actually, because we can just run it to the third. Okay, I gotta be cautious with turning that on. I'm just wondering how I can split out the screws now, because we need screws going into both of these for the rotors. Okay, let's see how quickly they're gonna... So we're producing 40 screws per minute there. And this is going to be using 4 times 25. It's gonna be using 100 per minute. 100 screws per minute. Whereas this is only producing 40. Wait, I think I've misunderstood how this is calculated. So it produces 4 screws every 6 seconds. Right. So in a minute, that's 10 intervals, 10 times 4 screws. So yeah, so 40 parts refers to 40 individual screws, not 40 parts, 40 sets of 4 screws. Oh, I'm getting so confused. So yeah, so it's just 40 screws per minute, but each one of these is going to be using 100 per minute. So we definitely need more screws. Let us set up the constructor on this side for more screws. Yay! We're gonna get rid of this. Whoa. Wait. Why is this line here? Okay. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to redo this. Let's just think of how we're gonna redo it. First thing we need to do is disassemble that. I should really use the terms that the game uses. Dismantle is the correct term. What we need here is a merger that's going to send parts to us this way. And that can be a regular belt. This will also be a regular belt. Oh, not this again. Okay. Then a level 2 for this guy. And get rid of that. One, two, three, four, five. So let's start by hooking a single merger up. Oh god, this is confusing me. Like, we could have one dedicated line of screws to each assembler. The problem is, again, these are only producing them at 40 per minute, and that's not enough to keep up with a single assembler. That's why we originally doubled up on them. And it looks like now the plates are the bottleneck. But we'll worry about that later. If we built a 6th constructor, 4 screws, then we could have 1, 2, 3 of them all doubled up. Or we could solve this with power shards. Too bad you can't stack these constructors. I guess you can. Okay, this is a dilemma that we're gonna leave for the next episode. I don't know what the ideal way to handle this is. I would like to make the system as efficient as possible without any bottlenecks, and I don't see how I can do that right now. So I'm gonna sit on it and I'm gonna think about it. But yeah, I think things are looking pretty good. We have now 5 assemblers that are ready to be hooked up, and I think we're producing enough parts to get them all up and running. I just don't know how to feed in like these parts, the screws and the rods, down to the assemblers in the most efficient way. So I'm hoping I can figure that out in the next episode. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to drop a like, because it helps me out a lot. Comment down below what you guys want to see in future episodes, and just to let me know how I'm doing, and I appreciate the feedback. Subscribe for more content, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.